Words to know. Rectangular prism. Face. Rectangle. Surface area.
So let me just point out, I know this looks extremely long here at the bottom. I hope you can see that, okay? I know this looks extremely long, but area is, we said, of a rectangular prism is length times width, okay? So they found the area of one side and the other side, the area of the front, the back, the top, and the bottom, and they're adding all those different areas together, and that's what surface area is.
How can you find the surface area of a rectangular prism? Think about this question during the lesson. Look at the rectangular prism. How could you open the rectangular prism to create a plane figure?
We learned yesterday when you open up a 3D figure like this, what does that make? Claire? A net.
Cut along some of the edges of the rectangular prism to create a plane figure. This plane figure is now a net. Remember that a net is a plane figure which, when folded, makes a solid figure. Does the net show all of the faces of the rectangular prism? How do you know?
Does it show all of them? It doesn't? Does this net show every face, every flat side? Yes, it does.
The faces of the rectangular prism are all visible on the net. How many faces do you see?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This solid figure has 6 faces that are rectangles. Now that you know the number of faces, what is the problem asking you to find? The problem is asking you to find the surface area of the rectangular prism, which is the sum of the areas of all its faces. In this figure, each face is a rectangle. How do you find the area of a rectangle?
You all told me length times width.
To find the area of a rectangle, use the formula length times width. Now let's find the surface area. Start by finding the area of each side.
Okay, here we see our sides here. So we know that this is 2. And how long is this side right here? You might have to look at the other picture to see. How long is this going to be, Grace?
6 inches.
Nope, not 6. Look, this right here is just as long as this right here, correct? So this is,
4.
it's 4. You said 6. That's okay, that's okay. Yes, it's 4. This is 2, and even though this right here isn't labeled, we know that it's 4 because this is 4 and this is the same length. Okay, so we're finding the surface area of the side, so it'll be 2 times 4, which is 8. And why do they have side and side? Why do they have that written like that? Side, side. Why, Olivia? How many are there? How many sides like this are there, Olivia? 2. There's 2 sides that are going to be 4 times 2, which is 8.
How will you find the area of each face? You will multiply the length of each face by its width. The area of each of the 2 sides is 4 times 2. Tip: opposite sides of a rectangular prism are congruent. Now find the area of the front and back.
The blue is labeled front and back. Well, I know that this side is 4. It tells me, what about this side right here? What is this measurement? It doesn't tell me, so I have to look. Oh, it doesn't tell me here either. But I can see that this is the same length as this, which is 3 inches. So that means this line must be 3 inches, which also must mean that this line is 3 inches. So this will be 3 times 4. We do it 2 times because there's a front and the back.
The area of the front is 4 times 3. The area of the back is 4 times 3.
Is that the same as 3 times 4? Yes, so it doesn't matter if you put 4 times 3 or 3 times 4. Yes, Grace?
What's the SA there for?
Surface area.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now find the area of the top and bottom.
Okay, it's rectangles, so we're still going to take length times width. Here's the top and here's the bottom. Well, I know that this is 3, but because it tells me, I don't know what this is. But if I look at this picture, it says it's 2. So this must also be 2. So it's going to be 3 times 2.
The area of the top is 3 times 2.
Oh, sorry.
According to the order of operations, find the products in the parentheses first.
So we're going to multiply. We're going to get 8 plus 8 plus 12 plus 12 plus 6 plus 6.
Add the areas of all the faces to find the surface area. The surface area of the rectangular prism is 52 square inches.
Okay, we put square because this is area. Area is always squared. Always. Austin, are you paying attention or are you drawing?
No, I put 52 squared.
Okay,
That's easy.
that's fine. Now,
That's,
what?
that's even.
I'm sorry, Ethan. I'm sorry. All right, now, looking at this, what is another way? This is totally fine to figure side and top and bottom and front and back. But if you were wanting to shorten this a little bit, this formula, how could we do that? Look at the formula. We have this, and then we have it again. We have this, and then we have it again. We have this, and then we have it again. What could we do to shorten that, Wyatt? I'm sorry, not Wyatt, Devin, because you're sitting in his seat.
You could do 8 times 4 since 4 plus 4 is 8, and 2 plus 2 is 4, and then 8 times 12.
Okay, no, sorry. Just stop. That's okay. Eli? What if we just do this? What if we just do 2 times 4 times 2 plus 2 times 4 times 3 plus 2 times 3 times 2? Why would we take it 2 in front of it? Because there are 2 of each one, right? I know that the front, if I know what the front is, I know what the back is because they're congruent, right? If I know what the top is, I know what the bottom is because they're congruent. If I know what one side is, I know what the other side is because they're congruent. So I could just find, okay, 4 times 2 is 8, and there's 2 of them. So 8 times 2 is 16. 4 times 3 is 12, and there's 2 of them. So that would be 24. And 3 times 2 is 6, times 2 is 12. Either way, you're going to get the same answer. Okay, either way, you're going to get the same answer. It just saves you a little bit of steps.
How did you use the area of each face to find the surface area of the entire rectangular prism?
We added all the areas together.
You found the sum of each of the faces' areas and added them together. Through your work, you have learned how to find the surface area of a rectangular prism.
All right, lights, please. Okay, look at your book at the guided practice on page 328. The directions here say to fold it to make a rectangular prism. We're not going to do that. We're going to use this to find surface area. And for this, you're going to write on your paper, okay? We're going to do our figuring on our paper, but you may also lightly write in your book as long as you erase it when we're done, okay? Now, let's just take a look here. We know that surface area means finding area of all the sides, side, front, back, top, bottom, and adding it together, okay? So let's first deal with B, which is a side, and D, which is a side, okay? Surface area, that's SA, equals, what is my length and width here? Alex?
2 and 4.
2 right here. This tells me this is 2, and it tells me that this little thing is 2. This little piece right here tells me that this is 2 and this is 2. So 2 and 4. Even though there's no 4 written right here, I know that B and D are congruent, and that if this is 4, then this is 4. So we're going to take 4 times 2 plus 4 times 2 plus. Now I'm going to find 2 more sides that are congruent. Let's say A and E, they're congruent. A. I'm going to just shade in B. Now don't shade in on your book, okay? Because we've done those, A and D. Now we're going to A and E. Length and width there. Hope? Nope. 2 and 7. Length and width. This is 7 for the length, so that this must be 7. And the width here, it doesn't tell us, but if we look over here, it's 2. So 7 times 2, that's one of them, plus 7 times 2, there's the other one. So now we're done with A and E. We have C and F left that we need to add. Okay? Length and width here. Oh, I see no measurements next to C and no measurements next to F. That's okay. If we look at our picture, you're able to figure them out. What's the long side? What is the long side? Dylan? 7, because if this is 7, then this is 7. And this is 7, and this is 7. Okay? So the long side is 7, and the shorter side at the bottom is 4. So 7 times 4 plus 7 times 4. All right. This is what you should have so far. Okay. So far. Now, surface area. Now let's go to the next steps. Now we need to multiply. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 4 times 2 is 8, plus 7 times 2 is 14, plus 7 times 2 is 14, plus 7 times 4 is 28, plus 7 times 4 is 28. That's what we have so far. Now we need to add them all up. Okay, 28 plus 28 plus 14 plus 14 plus 8 plus 8. There we go. 8, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 8s here. Well, that's 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 0. Here are 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We get 100 centimeters squared. Yes, Alex?
I think you're kind of making this a little complicated because you can take like 7 times 4, you can do the 2 times 7 times 4, and 7 times 4.
You're right, you're right. That's what, yes, Alex. Alex is saying maybe we're making it a little complicated because I'm going to erase all this, guys.
No, 109, man.
Okay, well, let's see. We have 4 of them, so that's 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
I did this like I added those two and then
So
I went like
you should have got 16 plus 28.
28 and then 56 is what I got there.
Yeah.
And then I came out with 100.
Okay, we'll look at that in a little bit. Okay. All right. Now what Alex is saying is, he's saying, I think we're making it a little hard. And that's what I was talking about when we were watching the video. He says, okay, you know